So, what exactly do we know about the agreement that China and the Philippines have supposedly made about the second Thomas Shoal? What are they trying to solve, and what progress have they made?
So, what they've been trying to solve is the question of how much freedom does the Philippines have to resupply its outpost at the second Thomas Shoal in the manner it chooses to do so. And for the Philippines, it's a matter of principle, it's a matter of sovereign rights, it's a matter of freedom of navigation, it's a matter of not surrendering jurisdiction over its own outpost. For China, which of course claims the outpost is illegal because China claims almost the entirety of the South China Sea, it is trying to strong arm the Philippines into essentially abandoning its rights. So China seems to have been willing to allow a certain amount of resupply as long as it was able to inspect any resupplies and not allow any quote construction materials out to the Sierra Madre.
Why has China, Beijing, come to the table to discuss this with the Philippines?
Well, I do think that China has suffered very great reputational harm on the international stage through its visible aggression, and of course, the Philippines has played its part in that by generating and releasing all of these extremely evocative photos and video that have shown its own country people and the world how aggressive China has been. So China, this is a kind of a bleeding wound that China would like to stop. And, I mean, look at what harm China has faced. It has essentially succeeded through its aggression in uniting its potential adversaries against it. You've seen all of these new agreements between the Philippines, United States, and Japan, with some participation but from Australia.
Why would it be in the Philippines and China, and perhaps even the region's best interest for a de escalation in this area?
Sometimes it's in a nation's national interest to go ahead and escalate or to allow escalation. In China's sense, or in China's view on things, escalation often works in order to sort of normalize a new aggression. So, for example, off of Jinmen Island in Taiwan, you had the escalation after the death of the two fishermen in February. That has, since China has tried to exploit that to normalize increasingly aggressive patrols around Jinmen under the pretext of protecting its fishermen. So escalation is a tactic of China, but it tends to escalate in ways that it thinks that it can sort of win the victory by normalizing a new aggression. In this case, the Philippines has been unwilling to sort of allow the normalization by capitulating and allowing China to sort of win the argument.